China Lake multiplayer section. Okay, first you can see a bunch of different game clips. This should have been a quad, by the way, but yeah. Anyways, China Lake unlocked at level 48 multiplayer. Last thing to that you can actually unlock by the level. It's not necessarily the last thing you buy, it's up to you. But yeah, it's 2,000 COD points. Last thing you unlock at 48. It holds normally just 2 grenades and no in reserve, but if Scavenger Pro, you get 2 extra grenades. But remember, like all launchers and stuff, Scavenger will not resupply the China Lake. And some recommended like strategy, like perks would be like lightweight so you don't move as slow. I just like hardline in general, plus it's fun, the reroll care packages. Marathon so you can run more. Scavenger so you get 2 extra grenades. Perk 2, I pretty much definitely recommend sleight of hand because you can aim faster and reload it faster, which is always good. But don't use sleight of hand. If you're building fast around it, don't use sleight of hand unless you use Scavenger, because then you get 2 extra grenades, so sleight of hand is actually useful, or more useful. And also maybe Scout, because as you'll see later on, Scout Pro actually makes the switch out time a lot quicker. There's different ways you can use it. You can play offensively, which I don't really recommend as much because it's not great to be in close quarters or rushing situations with the China Lake because it must travel a certain distance to explode, and it's not the fastest firing thing in the world. So yeah, mostly you play like defense, and as much as I probably hate to say this, is camping stuff sometimes is good, like the Tower on Array, the Crow's Nest Environment, the Jungle Rock, just other major high points where you can overlook objectives and stuff. But yeah, again, don't get caught trying to run around with this, otherwise you'll be screwed in like open combat. And sometimes you might want to lead shot a little bit so it doesn't like land above them or behind them. And if you see someone with Black Jacket, try not using the China Lake because you probably won't kill them unless they're already hurt. And yeah, honestly I don't know much about the map pack maps because I don't have it in PS3 now. And so let's see, covered that, and oh yeah, so yeah, your primary you might want to make sure you have something to kind of run with because you don't want to be extra slow. And don't run around with an empty China Lake. When you run out and you fire all your grenades, switch it as fast as possible. My emblem, 3 of the best guns, and talk about that. If you fire in the first 15 seconds, it won't fire. It'll just show up that message. First recommended class, you have the, if not, you'll see in a minute, Glue Suppressor, the China Lake, Decoy Grenades, a Frag, and a Jammer. And the perks are Ghost, Sleight of Hand, and Ninja. With Ghost and Ninja Pro, you're invisible to everything. You're like undetectable to everything except the motion sensors and the Blackbird. The Blackbird you can't get rid of at all. If you want to, you can switch out the Silent Footsteps for Hacker Pro or just Hackers. So then one, you can see all the equipment, and 2, so that way you don't show up in the motion sensor, but then your footsteps can be heard. But that's not necessarily much of a problem. So yeah, you can switch out weapons, perks to whatever you kind of feel better with. The Ghouls is a pretty good gun in general. Here, switch out for the Noob Tube. The grenade launcher is the grenade launcher and China Lake are both similar and different. They're both like do like the same damage and radius, and they both have to go a certain amount of distance. The main difference is the China Lake you have both guns already loaded. You have 2 in it, and the grenade launcher you have 1. It's up to your personal preference. And the grenade launcher takes attachments up, while if you use China Lake you don't. This one is my grenading class. It's all about noob tubing and explosives and stuff. You have a Commando grenade launcher, the China Lake, C4, a Frag, and some Novias, and the perks are Flak Jacket. Mostly just so you can switch out Flak Jacket because really you can't kill yourself with the China Lake and noob tube unless you're like really somehow like hacking or something. Yeah, C4 is actually kind of good if you can use it right. HS-10, by the way, best shotgun in the game in my opinion. No matter what Private Tucker will tell you, it's not the Olympia. And it's pretty good dual too. It's like the Rangers from Modern Warfare 2 with more ammo. And so yeah, you kind of, this one, the perks are Blackjack as I said, Sleight of Hand, and Tactical Mask. Tactical Mask is the most underrated perk in the game. It's very, very, very good, especially the pro version, because you can just throw your flashbangs or whatever, and it'll tell you like where they are, and that makes it more accurate, because then you know what part of the room you can launch your grenades in. Okay, this one's Paris, Extended Mag, and China Lake. Hardline Pro, however, mostly I recommend it in the actual guide. It said lightly Pro. You can switch it. This is an example. You can switch them out if you want. I just did this because I was screwing around in combat training with some friends and veteran. Tack insert, concussions, and the tomahawk. The crow's nest up here is actually a very good place to camp. Not necessarily with this class, but with other classes in general, because you can just kind of hang out there and kill things. The new tubing class I can recommend, the last one, is pretty good there. They're a fail. Let's see. Here is my main class. It's got the Stoner 63 Extended Mag, China Lake, Femtex, Nova Gas, Claymore, the perks are Scavenger Pro, Sleight of Hand, and, Marathon, because you can kind of run around. And, so yeah, the Scavenger Pro, 2 extra grenades, that's a positive, and Sleight of Hand, you can reload it. Plus with the Stoner, the Marathon also works because you're kind of slow with both a launcher and a machine gun, which is probably the major flaw with the class. You're not that fast. With Marathon, you kind of run more, or permanently, which gets you better. And that just happened with a lucky stick and nearly killed me. And so yeah, you can kind of hang out. Grid's actually really cool because you can shoot past all the things, like around all the cars. You can hide behind the dumpster and just lob grenades at people that run by the middle there. And this is just bad. I just cannot do enough. Failed the G11. That G11 is pretty good too. Last assault rifle. And more second chance people. Remember, if you second chance, you are lame. Not really, it's okay, but I don't like you. This is actually my fun. This is actually the fun one. This is the sniper class. It's PSG, variable zoom, the China Lake, Tomahawk, flashbangs, Claymore. I did Ghost Pro, Scout Pro, which you'll see here is really quick switch out time. And also you have, see how fast switch out time is here. See, I did Ghost Pro, Scout Pro, and Hacker Pro because you can hack other people's stuff. Maybe you want Ninja or Second Chance or something else. Fail Tomahawk, China Lake. I got another one from a previous life. This part I'm going to do here in a minute is actually taking like half an hour to finally work because I finally didn't get a bullshit hit marker. And 360, and that's it.